Welcome, I'm Sylvie K. Ebert and I help you, chronically ill women, live your best life ever. I can coach you on how to manage your time, how to crush your goals, and while coping with your symptoms. So, uh, learning how to change our mindset is really important because we know that the way we look at things has such an impact on our life. We can see the glass half full or we can see it half empty. So I wanted to do today's video because we often hear about changing our mindset and seeing things in a different way and self-talk and all of that, but we rarely hear about how to make that happen, how to actually change our mind about something. So if you like this kind of content and would like to see more, please like this video and share it with your friends. You never know when a Spoonie lady boss is in need of some help. So there are 4 steps that I'm gonna show you when you want to change your mindset. So the first step is, obviously, you have to be conscious of what your inner voice is saying. So you have to learn to listen to your inner voice, and you can do that by simply stopping and catching yourself in the action. Meaning, if something happens to you, if there's a new event, like you hear a good news or a bad news, you can train yourself to stop and listen to your inner voice. What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying positive things? Are you saying negative things? So the first step really is about learning to hear your inner voice. And that comes with practice, like most things in life. So the first thing you can do is to just do that. Listen to your inner voice and notice what it's saying to you. If you're one of those persons who's lucky enough to be a glass half full, you might already have a pretty good inner voice. The second thing is to recognize that you have a choice. You have to absolutely accept the fact that you can change your mindset. You can change the way what your brain is saying to you when an event occurs. You can be that person who is stuck in a set mindset and says to themselves, I cannot change, that's the way I am, that's the way I've always been. Or you can turn that around and say, no, this is the way I've been until now, but I want to change and I know that I can. You have to accept that this is a choice. The way we think is a choice. It might have not been a choice in the past. It might have been because of our upbringing. It might have been because of our circumstances, but now it's a choice. So once you have accepted that, and if you're looking for ways to accept that, you can do research online about it, and you will find that it's been proven scientifically that we can change the way our brain thinks and talks to ourselves. So the third step, once you have find that inner voice and listen to it, 2, you have accepted that it's a choice, how you talk to yourself is a choice, well, 3rd, you need to talk back to that inner voice. So let's say that your inner voice is saying you're not good enough. Well, you need to talk back to that voice and say, no, I might think that I'm not good enough, but I'm just as good as anybody else. And I can learn to do X, and I can learn to get good at just like anybody else. And anything that you can think of to talk against that inner voice, to change the way your brain processes information. So that's the 3rd step. You have to start talking back to that voice. You have to turn around what it's seeing. And it's like, you know, when they say statistic like 70% of people will succeed at learning a new task. And if I say it like that, it's like, whoa, not bad, 70%. But if I say the opposite and I say 30% of people fail at learning a new task, now it seems like it's not a good statistic. It looks like, oh, wow, 30% of person, that's 1 out of 3. And you can turn that around in your mind in a very negative way, or you can see that statistic and turn it around in a very positive way. So that's what I'm talking about here. You need to change the way your mind automatically thinks about a subject. And the 4th and last step is, once you've identified your inner voice, you're accepted the fact that you can make a decision about that, and third, you started talking back to it. The fourth step, and that's really the clencher, that's what makes your mindset change, is that you take action according to that new inner voice, to those new words that you're trying to put into your brain. So if the I'm not good enough is there and it's about learning something new, well, you're gonna take the action to learn something, to do what it takes to learn that something. If it's about the learning a new task and how 30 to 70 people, no, sorry, how 70% of people succeed and 30% fail, well, you're gonna think to yourself, okay, that's great. 70% of people who try to learn this succeed. So you can either, as an action, you can write it down, you can just think about it, read a little bit more about it, and think that the action is like congruent with that new thought, so that in your brain it really leaves an impression of, oh, this is what happens, this is how it's going to be. I think this, I do this, so that the old pathways are not continually being repeated, because now you're taking action on the new pathway that you're trying to set. So I hope that that made sense, those 4 steps. I'm going to talk about this again in other videos, but if you liked what you hear, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment. I would really appreciate it. If you can share this video, it can help me out so much. So thank you for watching. That's all I had for today. I will see you tomorrow at 12:15. Until then, stay strong, stay fierce, and live your best life ever. Thank you for watching. I love you all very, very much. Have a great day, and bye.